Hello, today we're going to mark your coronary heart disease exam, which you should have been doing for homework this week. You will need a green pen for marking, a blue pen for adding in annotations and corrections, and a ruler just to help you with the graph questions. Once you've got those, we will make a start. Blood is part of the circulatory system. Draw one line for each part of the blood to its correct function. Also need a ruler for this question. White blood cells, I know they're in my immune system, part of your immune system, and they are destroying pathogens. We know pathogens are examples of microorganisms that cause disease, so if they're destroying pathogens, they must be destroying microorganisms. Red blood cells, straight away thinking of hemoglobin, which is able to carry blood around the body. This should have been in green, sorry. And platelets are to help the blood clot, is your answer. Question 2. Identify one waste product which is transported by the blood plasma. The waste products are carbon dioxide or urea. Question BI is identify the type of blood vessels that take blood away from the heart. Away is A for arteries, A for away. Identify the type of blood vessels that takes blood back to the heart. The answer for that one is back to the heart is into the heart, and remember the word vein has the word in there. Okay, next question. The figure below shows a diagram of the human heart, and whenever you have one of these diagrams, first thing you need to do is to draw the blood as the blood flows through. So the blood will flow in to the right atrium, through the right ventricle, back out through the pulmonary artery, then back in through the pulmonary vein to the left atrium, left ventricle, and out through the aorta. Identify A and B. A is the right atrium, the very first chamber, and B is the right ventricle, which is the second chamber. State the function of blood vessel C. This is where our diagram is going to come in handy, where we've drawn the blood flow. So here we see the blood flowing in from the rest of the body and out to the lungs, then in from the lungs back to the heart, so it's carrying the oxygenated blood from the lungs back to the heart. Tick one box. Blood from the heart around the body, can't be that one because that would be the aorta. From the body to the heart, it can't be because that would be the vena cava, which is here. From the heart to the lungs would be the pulmonary artery. So hopefully it's this one, from the lungs to the heart. That is your correct answer. Okay. Question. Coronary heart disease develops when layers of fatty material build up on coronary arteries, in the coronary arteries. And we've got a diagram of a stent. A heart attack is caused when the heart muscle cannot respire. Identify the two substances that the heart muscle needs to respire. When I say respire, I'm thinking straight away oxygen plus glucose reacts to produce carbon dioxide plus water in the release of energy. Two substances that it needs are going to be oxygen and glucose, because they are the reactants in this equation. So you need oxygen for number 1 and glucose for number 2, or glucose for number 1, oxygen for number 2. Order doesn't matter. Explain why the stent helps to prevent a heart attack and the reason here is it keeps the coronary artery open or wide. You can see it's holding that artery open there, and the reason why that's important is to carry or to transport the oxygen and the glucose which it needs to the heart to respire, and that releases energy. So there's 4 points there, 1 per mark, 1 mark for each point. Next question. Look at the table below. Plot. Okay, we need to actually plot something here, so you will need your pencil. You need to pause this video now and get a pencil if you don't yet have one, and your ruler. Use the data from the table. So we're plotting for countries D and E the amount of fruit and vegetables. So the amount of fruit and vegetables, and we need D and E. So we're going to have to plot bar for 220 and 244. To plot those